Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's preview stream for the Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn Mannheim to Kaiserslautern. With me tonight are Lukas and Matt. Say hello. Hello. Hello, Lukas and Matt.
Hello.
Hello. I know. Can Matt hear us? You can hear us, right?
I can hear you fine.
Perfect. Good. Yeah, this is the preview stream for Mannheim Kaiserslautern. Before we dive into it, a little bit of admin first. Mannheim Kaiserslautern releases on January 30th, so in just 7 days. It's gonna be a route that's 70 kilometers long. It comes with the ICE 3M, the BR425, the BR111, the BR185S rolling stock. And tonight we're gonna look at 2 services, and we'll do a quick station tour as well to look at the nice work team has done on all the stations. So I'll stop blathering and let's get right in. What's the first service we're gonna play today, mate?
Well, I think what we normally do is let's just have a quick tour of what is. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. I've turned my volume up a little bit because I saw some comments saying Matt was a bit quiet, so I've turned Matt up. So if I'm now too loud, then shout. Timetable. We'll come to timetable in a minute. Scenarios. There are 6.
You are not showing.
Oh wait, you want to see it as well?
It's on the overlay.
Fine, you can
Actually,
see
this was
it
a podcast.
Jeez. All right, fine. I'm just going to quickly turn the audio off. I'm very apologies to the audio people, but we need to better hear what we're looking at. Hear ourselves think. Right, here we go. Okay, Chemical Courier. You'll be driving the 185.2. Very important inspector with the 111. Merry Blismus with the 425. Kaiserslautern Annual Fair with the 111 and the cab car. 2-state shuffle in the 425 and bypassing the limit in the 406. So good spread of using all the different things, all the different trains across the route, across the 6 scenarios on that. And then you've got the training modules, which will be on the training centre, along with the route intro for all the included trains. There's, remind me, Lucas, 4 trains included in this?
Yes.
So we've got the ICE 3M, the 425, the 111 with the DOS toes, and
the
185.2. Obviously, you've got free roam as well. So let's have a look in at the timetable. Now, I should caveat, I have all the DLC installed, so you're seeing layers as well. If we have a quick look at the layers tab, then we've got Niedertalbahn, Dresden Chemnitz, the Schaffenburg 642, the IC 101, IC3, ICT, the TGV, we'll come to that in just a second, the 218, the included freight layer, you've got a bunch of stuff coming from Kassel-Würzburg and Rosig Nord, stuff around port, you've got the some little shunting stuff going on, you've got some car trains, the coal trains, all sorts of stuff going on in here. Do you want to just talk to us about TGV quickly, Lucas?
Yeah, I can. So we did, after Fulda, we obviously had complaints that you cannot actually use the TGV on the routes because it won't pick up the right voltage. Because when we made the TGV, we made the 200 series, which can do the European frequencies. So we did some changes to it now, so it can do it now. It's not quite realistic, but it works. The problem here is that for that to go out, the update to LGV needs to go out, and that's not going to come on the same day as the release day of this. So it's going to be in the first patch. So you will like in the list behind this, you can see that you can pick the TGV, but you're not. It's not going to be able to pick up power, so you can't drive it. The AI will work, but you can only drive it after the first patch.
There you go. So it will be drivable, not on day 1, but it will be coming. We've already made it work internally. It just needs an update to RGB to go out. So yeah, we've got the 406 here. We have got the 411, the ICT, 425, the 628, which is coming from NID, if I remember rightly. 612 from Chemnitz, you've got the 111 and the cab car. It's obviously the TGV which we've been talking about. The 101, this is the normal 101, not the expert 101. President's Turbine 155, presumably the other one as well. Yep, the red one. The various, Tauri? Is that all right? I don't know, Tauruses. The 185 in its guises, 185. So this is all picking up freight stuff, of which it looks like there are about 62 services there. Got the 187 in there. 363 has got 9 services to do in its various guises. The G6 is doing them as well. And we've got a little bit, you can use the Vectrons on there too. So good spread of stuff coming from various different places. 226 services on the 425. Now, Lucas, what are we doing first? Let me have a look here. We're doing the 7 service.
Yeah, we're doing a local stopper first.
And we are doing that in May. We are doing that with light clouds. I think I've got everything correct there.
That's
good.
Oh, that was foggy.
Was it?
Yes.
It was.
Oh, fine, I'll change it.
Well, if you think about it, foggy is just clouds deeper.
It's just low
lower to the grounds.
Low clouds. Let's change that.
But it's also nothing to see. Nice preview.
Just a.
So I hope you enjoyed
Just
the
a quick
preview,
reset.
folks. That was
You got a full.
425. Right. 719. Right. Let's do this right this time. 425. Custom weather. May. Light clouds. Am I right now?
There you go.
You can all
Yes.
see my screen, so good. They're looking at my screen locally, so they can see it without having to wait for the stream to update. Okay, so let's get going. I'll let you'll chatter away while we do the journey, and I'm just going to shut up and drive.
All right. So, what did you want to talk first? What should we talk about first?
I don't know. We're in Mannheim. If you have a look around.
Are you in Mannheim? This is the map. When
Yeah.
we get started. This is the map. So I've got Mannheim around to
Then we come to
Ludwigshafen around
Ludwigshafen.
here. Yeah. This is your favourite station, isn't it? If I recall. You've had lots of really positive, complimentary things to say about it during the process. Schifferstadt, if I remember rightly.
Yes.
There are a few services that come around here. A lot of them go across the bypass line, and then we've got basically we proceed into this is what I call the straight part of the route. This is quite high speed, and then we got the bendy part of the route on here. It's kind of a route of two halves. And this bit feels. I was driving it earlier on. It felt very Roerzieg, which I really like because I love Roerzieg North. So in the countryside, winding around the hills, really, really pleasant. And then my favourite station around here, Mary Shelley would be proud, is Frankenstein, obviously, and then we've got Kaiserslautern over here on the left. So this is the route. Lock the doors. Let's have a quick fly around.
On the right, that's like a skyscraper that's been here for a while. It's the only skyscraper in the area, so it's quite prominent. Mannheim only really has one. This is Mannheim Hauptbahnhof.
Is that the Luisenpark to the left? Is that close? Can't remember.
No, that's a bit. There's the palace here, which is coming up. We'll see to the right in a second. After the university. Yeah, quite a lot of trains in Germany run through Mannheim, because kinda is on the way between the south and the north. So there's quite a lot of ice that come here. There's a tram tracks up here. We don't have an AI tram, sadly, but we put in the tracks, and they even have a bit of signal stuff. So in theory, you can free roam. You could drive around there, but you cannot actually reach it. But I know some people have some ways to do that, so have fun. And then here to the right is the palace. The only beautiful bit in Mannheim.
No, it's
Ouch,
that's
that's a
Luisenpark's
scathing
nice. Have you never been to? Okay. I'm gonna have to defend my home state. That's not cool, Lucas. I'm not gonna take that from someone coming from Frankfurt. Okay.
I don't know. I've visited both now quite a bit. Yeah, and
Okay, this is going to be a fun stream, folks.
We crossed the Rhine River here. We were in the state of Baden-Württemberg, and across the river we are in the state of Rhineland-Pfalz.
Which is Palatinate?
Rhineland-Palatinate, I think. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, and we're come to Ludwigshafen, which is the ugliest city in Germany, named by state media and other things. It's a bit of a concrete hell, and it's like encircled by two highways, one of which has now partly collapsed.
They clearly never been to Düsseldorf, but okay.
And
also, this is outside of my home state, so I don't care.
And the station is also was often not this station. We'll talk about it.
This station's quite nice.
This one is fine. Yeah,
it's got like curves and things. I mean, if you want to see true, terrible architecture, you've got like Leeds or something like that.
Okay.
Go for the worst of brutalist architecture. Ah, this is quite pleasant actually. As long as somebody else is living here.
I like these spiral staircases.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of these. Like this, I've seen those around like some parts in Germany, but also like Eastern Europe.
Especially near railway infrastructure, they're used quite a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Also at Mannheim too. At Mannheim there's the car park building that has the same type of Bible staircases. Yeah, now we're gonna approach Ludwigshafen Hauptbahnhof, which was voted the ugliest station in Germany multiple times.
Ludwigshafen really is really taken, isn't it? Really, from the press.
Yes, wow. Yes.
What has Ludwigshafen done to everybody?
I don't know. I actually kind of like the station. I had a lot of fun walking around there and getting reference.
Every country has one. Germany has Ludwigshafen. The US has Detroit. It's one for all.
Everybody from Ludwigshafen is gonna hate us now. Sorry. The chat seems to agree with me about Ludwigshafen, so.
So I've got a 4-car. I know I did a test earlier on, Dijon sent that where it was I was driving an 8-car unit, so I guess there's a mix of them in there, but maybe Lucas will have more insight into that.
Yeah, you got a few different ones, and also there's the yard for these is here behind Ludwigshafen main station, and you actually kind of do use that yard a bit, so it's a Joe timetable, and it has the details that a Joe timetable often has. Yeah, now we come into a wonderful
this always
station.
gets me because it's right there, round the corner, through the bridge, and then suddenly stop. Well, this is stopping me in a different place. When I came here earlier on in the test, it had me stopping right at the other end of the platform.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, because of the long car then.
Oh, possibly because that's when I had the 8-car train.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do a station tour after this, and then we can explore the station a bit because it's a lot.
Very blue roof.
No, Lucas, you were telling me how much you love this area.
Yeah, it has multiple scary underpasses, and then more connections between the upper and lower levels, which are let's say your nose is very active in that area.
That's not too bad. The blue and the orange. That's a
very
nice
pretty.
touch. It's colorful.
I think the artists tried to give it a bit of a better representation. Yeah, now we come to the straight bit of the route. This part of the route is actually quite interesting because you have mostly 3 tracks, like a mix of 3 and 4 tracks, and the timetable is a little bit unorganized because on certain times of the day you stop at other sides of the stations that are coming up, and sometimes like really weirdly on like the left side, like in the UK, so it's different. Yeah, and here on the right side, this is the access yard. If you look outside, so this is the train yard for the RB services. So early in the day there will be a lot more like trains stored in here, and then behind that begins the freight yard that services BASF. So if you look to the right, and in the distance is like the biggest chemical plant in the world, I think. At least it's the biggest chemical firm in the world. I think it's also the biggest. It's like their main plant, and there's a lot of freight going in and out of there. And most of the freight trains on this route service that, or at least service the yard that services. BASF.
Because after we looked at the beautiful Ludwigshafen station, you were saying a lot of buildings, especially station buildings, were custom built.
Yeah. Well, we on most routes we tend to custom build them, but we did, Matt.
I'm missing that
Right.
station apparently.
I was thinking that.
I was about to be like, come look at this nice station building, and now.
Well, we'll be spawning around there. We can have a good look at that one on foot. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, no, the team on this did a beautiful stop with the station themselves. Like all the underpasses have their correct representation. All of the little murals on walls and very nice buildings. It really captures the feel of every station. I'm quite happy.
Try and stop at this one, right?
Yes, please.
It is not the first station I have missed. I have to reluctantly admit this. Fortunately, no one's aware of the many stations I have missed.
You know what we should get for the office? You know how there's these. It's been 0 days since last accident.
It's just hard. Just basically print the 0 on there so that it never goes up, changes, or anything like that. Because it'll still be accurate, you know.
Yeah, this line was heavily upgraded in the 2000s, so most of these stations are modern, but you still have like the old station buildings. So if you look behind you, you can kind of see that. Yeah, in Rhein-Genheim.
Oh, I need to send my credits to the team. Pink bikes. Spot on.
Let's go. Limburger Hof. some of the station names on this route are really weird. Like Limburger Hof. Why isn't that near Limburg?
I'm sure there's some historical reason for that. Someone, somewhere, had a reason. I'm sure.
On the right here is the factory for Vögele. They make like basically all of the like road construction. A lot of the road construction vehicles in Germany are made here. They have like a direct train access thing because they send out stuff by train, which is surprising for a road construction company, I guess.
Well,
They make the roads, they know how much they don't trust them.
And we're never getting that license to them. Yeah, this section of the route has quite a lot of high sound barriers, and when you walk into the station, like if you're just here and you're just in the station, you cannot see actually any of your surroundings. I always find that off-putting because I like if I ride a train, I wanna look outside, and then all these high noise barriers are a bit. But I guess the people living behind them are happy about them, so can't complain too much.
I'm sure there was many a lawsuit bought for those sound barriers.
Good old mixed freight, this one. Got some, is that steel and oil?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of nice variety of traffic on this one. Near Neustadt, there's also quite a bit of like diesel trains coming in and out. There are a few diesel lines. You can actually, I think this is the second time where you can drive the 6 to 8 at max speed, because one of the trains is the BASF shuttle that basically comes up from Neustadt towards Ludwigshafen. German building. Yeah, this station also has 2 underpasses for some reason, one on each end. Normally they complain about all the money these cost, and on some stations they're just like, okay, let's build 2.
Must have been the
Convenience.
end of their financial year. Schifferstadt.
Yeah. Schifferstadt is like not an endpoint, but quite a lot of S-Bahn traffic goes there and splits up because some go another route and some go towards Neustadt. Like 4 S-Bahn lines actually go there, so there's quite a lot of traffic between Mannheim and Schifferstadt, and then it gets a bit less. And there's the IC train.
Do we want to talk about some of the services for Schifferstadt?
We can, yeah. So the timetable we represented here, the one we could obtain from the year 2013, is actually a construction timetable, because near that time there was a big amount of construction here, and some of the S1, S2 services actually skip a few stations here and don't stop in Schifferstadt. But like the one we're doing right now, this one does. So there's both in here, so there's a bit of variety.
The other trains would be on the right-hand track there, over there,
yeah,
on the way.
The right is like the avoiding line. Also, an interesting fact is that the bit that Matt called the straight bit, it's actually built for 200 kilometers an hour. They just never added a safety system that allows it, but in future it could still be converted to a 200 kilometer an hour route. And that's why there is still the bypass line, because the curve here at the end of Schifferstadt is way too narrow.
Just going to go through a few questions that have been asked in our dedicated Q&A thread over on our forums. Just interrupt me whenever you want to talk about something interesting that can be seen. Someone asked that for the ICE3M, if we're going to look at the ATB system, now that we're working on Netherlands, or adding the Netherlands to our lineup. And things the ICE does not run on Zwolle Groningen. Is that something you want to expand on a little bit, Lucas?
Yeah, so it's quite a bit of work making that compatible. And since the train actually doesn't run there, we're not gonna look at that, but should there in future be, we might have a look at it if it's quickly possible, but probably not. If we in future do another Dutch route where the ICE would actually travel along, we're probably gonna look at that. Yeah, depends a bit. We need to investigate how much work that actually is, but it's not like we can kind of say how much work that is, and it's quite a lot. It's not that easy. People, all our trains are like based on real physics and stuff with this semi-curve engine, and just all these safety systems interact with that directly. So changing that is often not a very small task. And screens are also a lot of work.
Someone asked if we'll be doing the 406. Yes, we're doing the 406. We're going to do this, then we're going to do a wander around some stations and explore them, then we're going to drive the 406.
As Matt said, we're going to do like 2 full runs, and in between 2 full runs, we're going to do a station tour. Look at all the... Well, not all. I don't know if we're going to look at all the stations.
No, we're not going to look at all of them. Just look at a bit of
the nicest stations.
Yeah, and on the right here, the avoiding line merges back into us, or rather we're merging back into the avoiding line. And then we come into Böhl-Igelheim, which once was the towns of Böhl and Igelheim, and they merged together. And now they're Böhl-Igelheim.
They say German is a complicated language. Just to reiterate something that we talked about before, in case someone missed it, because it was quite a prominent question on the forums and in the community in general regarding the TGV. It's going to be in the game, but not playable yet. It's going to be added post-release. It's going to be a patch.
It's important to note that it is going to look like it's playable. It will be in the menus, but when you get into the train, you will not be able to make it take power. That's known and will be coming as a fix.
And I've been told it's not too long until that first patch goes out.
No, sure.
But obviously we can't promise anything, but
keep an eye on our socials and other news outlets on the Discord and on the forums. We'll let you know once it is available to actually drive. But for now, at release, you can spawn it, but you can't actually drive it.
It's almost perfect stop.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That signal agrees with you.
It was still frei, so it's fine. No spad.
Look, see, there's even some doors on the platform. Perfect start. You're all
yeah.
complaining about bike storage
I've
and everything.
seen
Wow.
I've seen trains stop with even less doors in real life.
Exactly.
It's fine.
I'm striving to be a professional.
What's that bike doing? Oh, it's behind. Yeah. Never mind. Optical illusion.
Question regarding the 406. I mean, we're gonna drive it later, but the question is, will the DB406 have a MFA like the 403, or will it have an analog dashboard like the?
An MFA is an analog dashboard. MFD is the digital one.
I'm just repeating what was on the forums.
Yeah, okay. It's analog. It's the analog version.
Okay.
A MFA for analog and MFD for digital.
That makes sense, yeah. And I assume the 403 has an MFD then?
Our 403 has an MFD.
Okay, so the question is, will the 406 have an MFD like the 403? But no, it has an MFA.
There are now 406s with MFDs. Didn't we also do that version? I'm actually not sure right now.
No, we didn't. We only did the 406
didn't.
once. I think we've done the 403 a couple of times, but we've done the 406 once at Karnakan.
Yeah, true. And now we come to Hasloch. Wonderful town name.
The hate hole.
The hate hole. But there's a nice, not the nicest, but there is a amusement park here. That's quite. It's okay. It has one. And it has one nice roller coaster. Let's say it like that.
I'm starting to get the feeling that Lucas doesn't like. That's...
I like Neustadt. Neustadt is really nice. So come on, how can anybody like hate hole? Like, it's a hate hole. You gotta hate on it.
Yeah. Guess they named it that for a reason. Will the 101 expert get a timetable for this route?
That's up to TSG. And let me put my other hat on. Not sure yet.
Stay tuned.
Finn's asking a question about conductor mode on the Dostos, but I'll generalise that. Lucas, can you update on what the conductor mode is on this route generally?
It is on the it's on the Dostos, and so it's not on the ice. Before I say something wrong.
While Lucas is looking up that information, I'm gonna answer another question. Someone asked if this is a construction timetable. Are there some construction sites to see? The answer is no, because that would limit the future use of the route and limit the timetable.
I think the reason we've gone for the construction timetable, from what I understand, Lucas, correct me if I'm wrong, is we wanted to model a real timetable, and that's the one that we found. That's the only one we could get. It was either that.
It's not always that easy getting historical data.
Yeah.
And that's one we had. But yeah,
If you
so
have
the
a real
conduct mode
timetable
is...
from the period, was it 2013 this route is set?
Yeah, I
then
think-
send it over. And I'm not making any promises, but we don't have a timetable outside of construction period, so that's why we haven't done it.
Yeah, so the 111 and the Dosto stuff has the guard mode. The 425 generally does not run with a guard because it's more like an S-Bahn train and they don't have guards in Germany, or at least in this area. Neutral section. Yeah.
Yes, the ICM, the IC3M does have suspension.
Yeah, all included trains have suspension.
Someone's asking, why are we setting this in the 2010s? The answer is, why not? We have a timetable, like a construction timetable to work with. So it lended itself to 2000. Is it
I think this is
2013?
also the stock collection. We kind of liked, the mix of the eclectic mix of the ICE, the BR111, there's a really interesting mix of stuff going on. And then that sort of put us into a period, that we're an era, and then the construction era timetable kind of pinned it down to a specific time. So there's a combination of factors that led us to this.
Yeah, we're now coming around the corner. If you look closely to the track, you will see a lot of PZB magnets where everybody that drove here was like, next corner, everybody that drove along here was like, this has to be a bug. This can't be right. But no, they are actually in there like that in reality. And they all have a purpose. It looks interesting, let's say it like that.
It's kind of mad.
Do we want to play count the magnets?
Yeah, you can start counting the magnets now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's a lot of magnets. So what's the reason for that many magnets to be there? Like,
Oh,
different...
yeah. One is, I think, also two are for what's called the Spätablenkung, where we had the main signal earlier that can display speed, but the actual junction is much later. And then they put in magnets that check the signal speed that you had. So he was driving 60, so there would have been a check for 70 or 75 with like a 2000 Hertz magnet to stop him if he was too fast. One was just for the distance signal, like a pair free, because it was like a distance signal. And the other one I think is actually when the signal before displays like, I think 100, it's gonna check that on the route ahead. So that's why then you have 4 different cases, and for that one you need 4 different sets of magnets.
So better to overdo it than underdo it, I guess, and then just put down 12 magnets.
Yeah,
sounds very much like Deutsche Bahn.
Yeah, a small disclaimer here. In the next station in Neustadt, where that 2 signals have a logic bug, that's more or less fixed now, but I don't think it made release. So it's also gonna be in that first patch, hopefully very soon.
I think that segues pretty well in some of the known issues that we're aware of, that we're working on fixes on. For some of those cases, fixes are already done, but they just did not make it in time into the final build for certification and all that. We talked about the S1, S2 trains skipping Schifferstadt. That's because of the timetable, the real world timetable that we use to base the in-game timetable on. Another issue that we know about is that some of the off-world PIS destinations may not display correctly. And some of the AI services have not yet been implemented in Mannheim, Neustadt, and Kaiserslautern. But again, those are known issues. Fixes for those are already either in the works or done. Just are waiting for certification so we can package it all up nicely into a new patch and release that.
Yeah, now we come to Neustadt an der Weinstraße. It's quite nice here. If you're ever in the area, go visit. For example, this bridge here has one of these little details where if you go there now, the bridge is more extended and has like an exit into the city, while in 2013 it was just between the platforms. Those are the little things we always need to look at when we build these routes.
Finn actually asked a question on the chat there. How do we know how it looks 10 years ago, 14 years ago?
Oh, many things. For this kind of route, it's often that you do find, for example, a cab ride. And then we do a lot of searching for pictures from back then, on Flickr or just in the internet. There's quite a lot you can find, but it's quite a lot of work searching through all the databases that there are. And if we do routes which are much further back, where even there wasn't Google Earth yet, which you can go back to. Yeah, we have to scour old libraries and stuff. So we do actually look quite a bit. Obviously, the ones which we know haven't much changed. We send out someone here with a 360 camera, scan it all in, and work from that. And yeah, it's just a lot of research.
We have 7 minutes, so we can have a wander.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, if you go
fancy.
up here on the other side, to the right, further to the right, there you can see there's a shed. That is a museum, and the mastery reward kind of unlocks it, so it's open and there's a bit of detail inside. This is what you don't get. Yeah, and these underpasses is what I meant. Sometimes to cut time, we do generic underpasses, but on this route there was a lot of work and detail put into every one of them to make them feel and look like the real thing. So, because we're trying to make station models more realistic and nicer. Oh, there's a train coming. Yeah, and here to the right, now you would have an exit into the city in current days, but not back then.
You mentioned the Master Reward being the Neustadt Museum. Let's quickly talk about some of the collectibles you can find. You can find the usual route map and the first aid kit that you can find on other routes as well. But for Mannheim Kaiserslautern, we also added a number of bike locks and standing Runic stones you can look forward to and collect.
Well, the Runic stones are laying on the side, you kind of need to put them up.
Well, yes.
Get them back into the standing position.
Okay, so they're lying down Runic stones, and you turn them into standing stones.
Lucas, the elevator's working.
No, actually no.
I didn't think so. Just
It
checking.
was. I'm fairly sure that we concluded that there was a bit of a performance problem with the working elevators. And we're currently trying to resolve that.
We've been spending a lot of time analysing Frankfurt, I think, and trying to understand, why it's struggling a bit, a lot for some people, and making sure that we improve that for this. And I think we've succeeded in that. There are on your backlog of questions there. You've got one, Jan, about how it is on the console, and from what I've seen in the performance test benchmarks and so forth, it's performing quite a lot better than the last couple of German routes that we've done across all platforms. But we're still working on more. I know that the team have found a reasonable chunk of memory improvements we can make with the user interface by optimizing how that works, for example. So there's still quite a bit of work ongoing. We're still to try and improve every aspect of it. So we're by no means done, but you've already seen a number of outputs from that work already, and they will start. Those kinds of improvements will help every route that you're running run better as well. So it's ongoing, but yeah, progress at least.
You don't have a lot of passengers, Matt. You scared them all away.
Oh, they've seen my driving.
Yeah.
You have to stop at stations to pick passengers up, I think.
Yes. Yeah, the reason for this scheduled stop here is to let that ice by, but it came by pretty early. Just in reality, there's a bit of a buffer.
Well, I wouldn't want to catch up to it,
Yeah. I mean, it would be impressive with all the stops you have to make, but yeah.
You've seen my driving. You're making lots of assumptions about stops.
I would assume it's more to allow the TIC to be delayed, which is it's going to be by like 95% of the time, so it can overtake you. That's why you're waiting here.
Yeah, but I like those. I like those kind of timetables where there's the scheduled overtaking and stuff. It's time for a break. Go grab a coffee.
FIS is done on the panel over here. Someone was asking that, Railway X. I believe it works.
Well, now you're confusing anybody. Nobody's gonna go on the train anymore.
Yes, great. There you go. Right, that's it. Let's go back where we came from.
Yeah, these two signals here in front are the ones, by the way, which might have a problem on release. Not a big problem. It's just that they work with Kennlicht, with the signal in front. You can see there's like a second signal back there. And since these cannot display yellow, one of each should always be Kennlicht. The problem is that sometimes that works, and there are some cases where you get a green here, and you shouldn't. Just better be careful that you don't foul the next red. Here we go. Hey, look, that actually worked. Now we have green, and the second one should have gone to Kenlich. Yeah, now we come into the curvy section of the valley.
There's 12 tunnels, I think, in this section of the route.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely a slower ride.
Why doesn't A45 have AFB? Does it? It doesn't have a lever. Does it even have AFB?
No, it doesn't.
I don't think it did.
I think there's the 426 has no. No, I don't think any of these family of trains has AFB. They were not really made for like longer distance, more like stopping services like that, and you don't really need AFB there. So.
This really does look very different from where we started in Mannheim.
It does, doesn't it? So much nicer.
Hey, that's my opinion. Go away.
I do like. I mean, I like the contrast. It's sort of got a southeastern high-speed feel to it. In that, like you got the two types of operation. You got the, particularly with like services which bypass Ciferstadt. Like you've got quite a long run there of non-stop. So it feels like you've got like an express section and you've got a more windy commuter section essentially. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, there's a little spur to the left that you saw. It's not actually connected anymore. That was a railway line before, but that's been made defunct.
Someone mentioned they think it kind of looks like Semmeringbahn, and yeah, it does remind me of that, doesn't it? Very mountainous, very curvy. Tunnels. Very picturesque.
Missing the nice Austrian air. Nobody saw those cars. Nobody. I managed to do that myself.
Do what?
We often are like, how does that happen? That like the cars won't run on the wrong side of the road, and then on Mittenwald they apparently build a road with cars on the wrong side. I didn't notice. Now I can't complain anymore. Fuck.
Language, Timothy.
Ah, sorry. Lambrecht. My name is not Timothy.
John Hansen, the Dostos with the 111 supports conductor mode, so you'll be able to check tickets there. IC3 spotting, yes, we're driving the IC3 later. When I'm finished driving my ICE 425.
What?
My non-stop express.
This one also has quite a nice underpass down there. Skylights.
It does look very nice.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, next stop, so before the next stop, there's actually the old station. So we kind of come past the point where you can kind of notice that there was a station here. That was put out, and then a new station was built. See that? Oh no, it's actually the next one after that. I think I confused them. Sorry.
Do better, Lucas. I do like driving through all the through the forest here. It's really nice, really pretty.
Yeah, there's a paper factory here, around the corner. See that a bit in a second.
I think I went to that with work at some point. Used to be a bookbinder in a previous life, and I think we went to a paper factory. And it could have been this one. But again, it's been 20 years, so...
Yeah, they have like a little industrial shunter. One of these things where only like a few were built. It's like almost custom made. But it's... I think they still get served today. Not a lot, but... No, the next... Now we come to the station. It's been replaced. A few tunnels first. Funny, like the road winds through the valley and the train just cuts through the mountains.
No stopping a train. Nigel, is it better to wait until the patch is? That's entirely up to you, Nigel. You get the patch either way and it'll install itself, either way, up automatically. So yeah, that's entirely up to you.
Yeah, maybe change the PIS back map, like boop, boop.
Why is it triggering you?
Yes. Yeah, here we come. So this was the old station. You can kind of see how the track widens here because at some point there was a platform here in the middle. God, that here was the station building.
Oh, so it's a bit of a Rochester where they've moved it a few hundred yards down the line.
Yeah. Yeah, ice trains also run here. They do the whole line on the way to France. Yeah, this is one of the stations we're gonna come back later. So don't look at it all now.
Is it a convertible? Convertible new model? I can't remember seeing a convertible car in the car park, or yeah, right there. Is that new? Can't remember that. But I do like the staircase leading up to the station. A few questions in chat. Someone asking about the do we need the LGV patch to use the TGV? TGV will be on this route right away, but you can't drive it yet. So you can spawn it in,
It will function,
but you won't be able
well.
to. Yeah, but you won't be able to drive it. That's currently being worked on. There's going to be a fix later on. So it's going to be part of the route, but won't be able to drive right away. Another question: did we build the Fritz-Walter Stadium in Kaiserslautern?
We did, yeah. See that when we get there.
All right. And finally, why are there 3 German routes on sale on Xbox? We're very much beholden to the platform that we're presenting sales on. So there's limitations on what and how much we can put on sale. Some platforms allow us to do sales more often and for more stuff, and other platforms are more limited. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
Now we come to Matt's favorite station, Frankenstein. Frankenstein, it's called in German. Maybe we'll encounter Frankenstein's monster. Probably don't.
Kind of missed a... I mean... is there like a Easter egg or something? Did we do something? Do we want to spoil that if that's a thing? I don't know.
I don't think it is that
asking,
Frankenstein, is it?
No. No.
Just happens to be named the same.
Okay.
What's the story of this up here?
It's the old castle, basically.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I'm great at storytelling, you can tell.
That much I
You
can
should read
guess.
a book.
No.
And here's a house.
People
No,
live in there, probably.
It is actually the castle. So there is a castle named Frankenstein that actually is the namesake of that story, but it's not this one. But it's also called Frankenstein. I'm not sure how many Frankensteins there are. I remember looking it up, and there were like 13 castles in Germany named Frankenstein for some reason.
I mean, there's Frankenstein, then there's Frankenstein Junior.
True.
So that's at least 2. I'm gonna release you from the search and I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, I remember looking it up, but can't remember.
Right, off to the next station.
Apparently, Shelley traveled through Europe in 1815, moving along the River Rhine in Germany, and stopping in Gernsheim, 17 kilometers away from Frankenstein Castle. So,
Okay.
do with that information what you will. Might actually be that. Looking on the map, Gernsheim is at the border of Baden-Württemberg. I learned something today.
Yeah. So the castle we just saw was destroyed in 1525, so quite a long while ago.
Yeah. From a cosmic perspective, that was yesterday. It's fine.
Car train. I saw pink cars on that train. I'm a fan.
cars coming from the direction of France. I don't know.
Must be a Peugeot. I mean, could be going towards the Audi, the Audi factory in Neckarsulm, or Mercedes in Stuttgart. There's a lot of car stuff in Baden-Württemberg.
Now we come to Hochspeyer. Yeah, this is like this is where you get a bit more of AI again, because there's a line coming in here, a little diesel branch line, but there's a bit of extra trains coming in here. And then we're almost in Kaiserslautern already. We almost did a full run.
Almost flawlessly.
Oh.
Not a single station missed.
No, I can't remember.
See, I redefined success to meaning I got to the end, and then therefore success was achieved. This is how you win. You redefine winning.
It's all about perspective.
Exactly. Kick the ball, then put the goals around the ball.
Yeah, the new metric is gonna be passing a station and not actually stopping at it, and then we're gonna get a lot more on-time trains.
Someone asked if we are releasing a route Stuttgart main station before the main station reopens in real life, because we have a lot of time. That is incredibly funny and also extremely sad. And if we ever were to make a route with Stuttgart, which is, I'm not saying we're doing, but if we ever should do something, I really hope we do something with the old Hauptbahnhof, because that's my favorite station.
Oh, we should do the new station and then be like, hey, could we build
Lukas.
a chapter for everybody?
Lucas, you're really going down on my list.
No, we can do all the jokes. Like the station is like on a 14 per mil gradient, and then we can like when you enter the station with a train, you can see like someone having their little wagon with them, and it just rolls down this platform on its own.
Also, we're gonna have to wait until the station is finished for references. We can't.
The Deutsche Bahn, they have some nice 3D models of the finished one.
I'll believe it when I see it. It also was supposed to be finished in 2021, so you know.
Yeah, that's why it was called Stuttgart 21. I remember.
Yeah, they started back in 2010, I think. Yeah, it's a long time ago. But yeah, I used to spend a lot of time there because I used to go to school in Bad Cannstatt, which is close to part of Stuttgart. Yeah. And I had relatives there and spent a lot of free time in Stuttgart. And it's just a very nostalgic station for me. It's a beautiful station, I think, too. There's like baby pictures of me like looking at like old trains in the early 90s at Stuttgart Hauptbahnhof.
The in front of Stuttgart Hauptbahnhof, that track work is so complicated, but we're always up for a challenge, so...
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So this is a bit of no man's land here. Not that many people live here. Quite mountainous. But we come to Kaiserslautern, which is like a big city.
Joran, Brian, are you saying that it'll be finished in the 21st century?
I don't think it will be. I highly doubt that. Also, there's a good chance that they only say that now because they realize they won't be done by 2021. There's like, 21 means it's because we're bringing Stuttgart into the 21st century.
Well, they did at some point when the date aligned with 21, marketed as 21 because of that. But that was a while ago. Nope, that was a 111 passing by. Matt is not stopping.
Ah, stop, no problem. What are you talking about?
That's what the emergency brake is for.
Exactly. Whether a speed magnet gets me beforehand, I don't know, but we will stop.
I mean, if you're fast enough, even if the speed magnet, like, if you get the brakes applied for you, you might still like skid into the station.
Definitely never done that before.
That's a challenge. Oh, I remember those silhouettes, the blue cutout you just saw at the start of the station.
Yeah, they're also the other side. It's
I
like,
remember those. I haven't seen those in years.
if you go outside in the camera now, up, and look to the right. Yeah, there's the stadium up there, towering on the hill. I'm not a fan of the team, but stadium is in a nice location.
That's where I was doing
How did we
really
do?
good. Puts little wheels where you're doing really good. This is how I choose to interpret the graph anyway.
They're like the little stars when you've done something right.
Exactly, they're little red stars saying, "Oh wow, you did really great here." Okay, we are going to do some spawning around. So, tell me where we're going.
Well, let's have a look at Ludwigshafen first, because that's the main station.
Jan, keep a timer on us, or we'll be here all night wandering around stations.
All right, you got 20 minutes starting now.
Ludwigshafen, HBF.
Yes. And let's turn around first. So this has multiple levels. It has like this triangle here. This the base of that. And then you can, if you walk into the station, so straight ahead, to the right. No, to the right. Yeah. There's access here to those top platforms because a few trains run between here and Mannheim. So yeah, you can go up there, and you can actually look down here to the left quite nicely. If you walk a bit, you should be able to look through that window.
Oh yeah.
Oh, not a lot. It's very dirty. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. So this is like the top level, going towards mines, worms. And no, you can go. No. Wait, flip, stay up. If you walk down, there are multiple ways getting in and out and stuff like that. So if you go down here, that's like the other side of the triangle. So behind you is also towards my worms, etc. And weirdly, you can also like walk the ramp up. If you go down there, there's like a ramp up there. So yeah, if you don't want to take the stairs. There's a few ways to get around the station. And then up here is the iconic bridge that you can kind of see from the whole region. Because it is big. And then you have the underpass in front of you, and then you have another underpass further down.
I don't think I've ever seen a train station split up across so many different levels. And like, it's like, it's like they took 3 stations and then just put them on top of each other. Even architecturally.
Yeah, Berlin main station is also quite wild, but it looks a lot better.
I found passengers. Woo!
This is just historically, did they like over the years and years, did they expand Ludwigshafen like bit by bit with new platforms and like the bridges and all that kind of stuff, or did they build it like this?
Fairly sure they build it like this because the problem is right they're like a triangle, right, and they didn't want to make multiple stations. So,
okay.
Yeah, down there, that's like the access road towards the yard. One of these is actually now, one of the ramps here is now closed because it's like falling apart. I was really annoyed because I had to walk all around again. Yeah, and down there is the yard. Okay, let's have a look at.
Hang on, before we do that.
First aid kit.
Is that good? Nice.
I don't have to do that anymore, do I?
Yeah, Shift F and go to Mitte, for example. We can have a look at Mitte. Mitte is also quite. We modeled quite a bit of that. Go down directly to your right. So we did like the hall here. And then if you go back, they even put in like those stone details there.
Oh, the tiling?
Yeah.
That's very cool.
I like it. No elevator for you. Out of service.
Use the stairs. That's an interesting way of getting down the stairs.
I always jump the rails. You don't?
Did you never do that? Slide down the rails as a kid?
Yeah. So we did Neustadt, we did Lambrecht. Let's go to... Some are quite interesting. If you go, for example, to Weidenthal. they didn't want to put in like another tunnel here, so getting to the other side is actually quite a bit of walking. Follow the signs to the left. So there's no way of getting through a tunnel here, so you kind of need to follow the station road, and then there's a bike lock, I think.
I'm not entirely sure what I did. Oh, I see the bike lock.
It added a log, yeah.
You're reverse stealing bikes. You're locking them. For those people that forgot. Because you're a good person.
Very nice. Okay, let's go to Mannheim. Why not? Let's have a look at Mannheim. No, main station, not yet. We need to find a standing stone. Welcome to Mannheim. Where could there be a standing stone? Oh.
Oh, look.
Let's go to the other side where the car
I
park
see
is.
one.
Maybe there.
Someone was asking about the IC1 earlier on.
Oh yeah, that is.
Do what, sorry?
Walk to the other side. Do. I think there's one back there. Could be wrong. Yeah, why is there not so much going on here? This is part of the... We mentioned that Kaiserslautern, Neustadt and Mannheim is still missing a bit of AI in the timetable because that wasn't quite finished in time. That's also coming with the next patch. It's more or less done now. Just didn't make the release build. Oh wow, they didn't... Okay, This maybe also didn't make the release build because we did build a parking asset here. It's not in there. That might also be one of the things that comes a little late. Where are the standing stones? Let's go to Kaiserslautern. We want to look at that. Or like, do Lambrecht. I know there's one in Lambrecht.
Very mystical. Very mysterious.
The ice one is not drivable because it doesn't actually drive this route, but it just goes through Mannheim. Sorry about that. If you go to the right... no, behind you basically. Don't there. Oh, now I'm confused. Did they move it? There was one here, exactly where you're standing. Huh. Second.
10 more minutes to walk around. So that I'm cutting you off and we're doing the 4-6 service.
Okay, let's go to Kaiserslautern. Kaiserslautern is also nice. There's a fancy colored underpass. Never knew that I liked underpasses.
We learn something new every day, Lucas. Oh, that is very 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to mention again, all these underpasses that we've been looking at, all those are like handmade and like specifically made for this route.
Yes.
Is this like man fist bumping a what do you call it? An excavator?
Looks like it. A bucket.
It's extremely manly. Wow.
Yeah, those are like the diesel trains, the shorter ones use these platforms when waiting.
Do they know where the standing stones are?
Yeah, I'm actually slightly confused.
They're standing stones. They're supposed to be mysterious.
I mean, yes, but not that mysterious. I'm sure people will find them. Apparently the team have hidden them. We did say that they're not quite fitting on those positions on the platform, so I assume they did move them to other places.
Where to next?
I think it's time to drive the ice.
We've done looking at what we
Yeah,
wanted to
we
look at.
can.
Yeah, we looked at a few stations along the
Cool.
way with the 425, so
6 more minutes if you like, but we can also
Yeah,
jump into the ICE.
we looked at quite a lot.
You'll see more stations when you're now driving from Kaiserslautern to Mannheim.
So we're not stopping intentionally this time.
This is the ICE 955 1535, yeah.
November, he said?
Dusk and light fog.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not that. I just bumped that up a bit. Maybe a little bit more. I've got it right, Lucas.
Yep, looks pretty good.
Cool.
Oh, I found one. Yeah, they are hidden now. That's evil.
No, in that case, we'll have to show one after this so people know what they're even looking for.
Yeah.
Türen geöffnet. ASB. Zugbeeinflussung. DB gesperrt. DB gesperrt. ASB. ASB. Störung. Störung.
Bitte Fahrgäste, herzlich willkommen im ICE 9555 nach Mannheim. Der Abfahrtszeit um 15:37 Uhr. Ich wünsche Ihnen eine angenehme Fahrt.
This is the new brake display, along with the this other screen as well. So this is matching the level of functionality that's on the Kassel-Würzburg 403. It doesn't change the behaviour of the braking at all. It's just displaying what's going on with the brakes.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
That was Jan, because you used to be a conductor, didn't you, Jan?
Yeah, I was a conductor for ÖBB in Vienna for 4 years. I'm used to doing the conductor voice. But I'm proud to say that I never said thank you for traveling with Deutsche Bahn. Not only because I didn't work for Deutsche Bahn, because my English is also
That
much
probably
better.
wouldn't have gone down really well if you'd done that on an ÖBB train, though, to be honest.
I got to make fun of Deutsche Bahn at one time officially, because we were doing the service from Passau to Vienna with the ICE, and those trains are notoriously late. So me and my colleagues were waiting for our train for many hours. And when it finally arrived, I was able to make fun of the Deutsche Bahn in front of our passengers, because in Austria there's a thing called Schmäh. It kind of translates to humorous charm, I guess. And people were already annoyed by Deutsche Bahn, and I wanted to make sure that they know we're not Deutsche Bahn, we're ÖBB. So I told them, alright, you're in good hands now, you're with ÖBB. We'll do our damnedest to make up some time, but no promises. But it was the only time. And I never made fun of my conductor colleagues. I always made fun of the Deutsche Bahn in general, because the conductor colleagues are not, they're not to fault for the delays.
That's what a conductor would say.
Yeah, it's true. Factually true. But I always really liked the ICE services from Vienna to Passau, because the coffee was much better than on the railjet.
Better coffee machine, wow.
I mean, yeah, and it's okay. I'm gonna say something that might be controversial, but I do prefer the ICE over the railjet.
What?
Yeah. I can't
Dan's
say
giving
that
it back
as
to
someone that
Lucas now.
I can say that as someone that has worked on railjet. It's not awful, but it's. I mean, for one, the ICE has an integrated radio system where you have like a cordless phone that's tethered to the train, and you can just call the cab. You just press one button and you call the cab. And with the railjet, I have to take out my conductor iPhone, and then actually call. I mean, I'm still calling the cab for the railjet, but it takes forever. It's just one of the.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's more crammed, and I don't know. I haven't tried the new railjets yet though, so they might be second generation railjet might be better. So might eat my words once I try those.
Yeah, so no, yeah, the ice here basically does the same route. Obviously, it's quite overpowered for this section. But I guess I didn't want to build a high-speed line directly to France, so understandable.
Frankie83 curious to know what equipment PC used for these streams. This is a Ryzen, not a Ryzen, it's an Intel 14th gen something or other. I can't remember what. And it's a 4080 GPU. That's what's running the game, and then I've got another machine which is a really old 6th gen CPU which is doing all the streaming stuff, and I use a Elgato capture between the two. And yes, my motherboard has got an updated BIOS so that it doesn't cook the CPU. Thanks, Intel. Settings wise, I'm running at 200% screen resolution. I'm frame capped at 60 FPS and pretty much nailing 60 FPS.
Yeah, this route is fairly optimized. Only when heavier, when you got like a really full Mannheim, goes down a bit, but yeah, many trains, as expected. These standing stones are really hard to find. I just found another one, and also evilly hidden.
They're like goblins on the goblin line then.
Also, and also the first time around, when they did this, the first pass, they were like 3 times the size, so you could easily spot them. Evil.
Can you check where the one in Mannheim is, so we can look for that once we arrive in Mannheim, and show people?
I will go look.
If there is one in Mannheim.
There should be.
The AFB on, I've just got to remember to keep answering C4 every now and again. Oh, slowing down for upcoming speed limits.
It's gonna let you know. Don't worry.
Apparently a PZB thing every now and again because I've dropped down to 80.
Just another quick overlook for any late joiners. We're currently looking at the Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn Mannheim Kaiserslautern DLC, which releases next week on January 30th. The route is 70 kilometers long, total of 17 stations. Comes with the ICE 3M, which we're currently driving. The BR46 also comes with the BR425, the BR111, and the BR185. Those come with a load of layers. It will be 35.99 euros, 29.99 in pounds, and 39.99 in US dollars.
I just remember the new diss about this area.
Oh no.
I once had a friend who spoke the dialect from here. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the most unsexy
version of German there is.
You're not talking about Swabian, right?
Otherwise, I will.
No. I'm talking about Pfälzisch.
Okay. All right. Good.
Things nearly came to a head, came to blows there.
No, Swabian is okay.
Okay, he says. Okay, he says.
I always got confused when they tell me like, I don't know, zwei becomes zwo, and I'm like, what?
It's complicated about that. It's swole.
I don't know. No, Swabian is fine. Pfälzisch is. Whew.
Unbelievable.
It's
Oh, I
becoming
found
a
a
regular
standing
thing
from
now where
Mannheim.
Lucas comes onto a stream and insults as many people as possible, isn't it?
Lucas versus the rest of Germany.
It's called
Like-
creating interaction.
To be fair though, he hasn't called me old once so far this stream, so.
I was preparing for that.
Ah, okay. Well, I've taken the wind out of his sails now.
He's already insulted half of Germany. Like, there's only so many. There's a level, Matt. There's a fine line.
I mean, I haven't insulted the UK yet.
We're doing enough of that on our own, thanks. It's the slow bit there is. Poor ICE3 is just feels like it's coasting this bit of the route.
Yeah. It's also a really weird feeling when you're in an ice and you just rode like a high-speed route, and for example the Fulda area, you came down the high-speed line and then you go towards Frankfurt through that section where the line is really slow, and you're like, God, this feels so slow now and so weird. Those trains are not built for these speeds.
Henry, train driver 5. Yes, this is live.
Or Matt is a psychic and knew which name to say. I don't know.
I'm going to guess things randomly, and what we do is we cut them together later on. We have to do these things in advance just to get rid of some of the worst bits of Lucas's insults to the rest of the world.
Wow. One could also say we have to get rid of the worst bit of Matt's driving because he's gotten too old to do it.
Well, when are we going to start doing that? Because as far as I can see, all the worst bits of my driving are what we show.
Alright, guys, we're all friends here.
What? No.
Calm down.
I was just gonna say we're all friends at Dovetail, but that would have sounded really weird. I found 2 standing stones in Mannheim now, so.
There you go.
Ooh,
Pick one
628.
as well.
Yeah. That has the right kind of speed for this power route. By the time it accelerated up to 120 at the next station.
The district does have the new shadow effects, yes, Griefab. That diesel is from Niedertalbahn, Joran, the 628.
I would praise that route now, but I'm not allowed to. So
I'll do it instead. Everybody should have Little Top Art. It's a wonderful route.
I've been
Great
saying it's
train.
my favorite route for a while.
It's a different experience. Like
Exactly.
this route, Mannheim, for example, it's a great route because you get a lot of variety. Really enjoy that.
That's what
And
keeps routes, I keep going back to routes more, like Dresden Riesa, for example. I go back to it a lot because it gives a lot of variety. Southeastern High Speed, the same. This has got quite a nice amount of variety in it as well, so it's a good variety of different things. And the fact that it brings in, because it's coming out now rather than previously, it can call on trains like 6 to 8 and so forth, and so you've got that big range of experiences as well as the driving experience. Like the BR111 is not the same as the 185 in terms of driving. They're very, very different. So there's lots of different things.
and also for newer players, this is a great offering because you get quite a lot of trains.
Yeah, exactly. You build out your rolling stock library with 4 decent trains to start off with.
If you've ever been interested in German routes but haven't made the jump yet, this is your best bet.
We're coming towards Neustadt now, right? Yeah, 2 more curves. 3.
Oh yeah.
Now
Not
we can
long
speed
until
up.
we can drop the hammer.
I was gonna say that the team did an incredible job with the scenery here. Looks very nice.
It is very pleasant to drive through. I still play Hentis. I still play Runic Nord and Main Specibahn. I really like them. Main Specibahn for me is kind of my American freight experience in Germany because I like taking something like the 155 and then heading westbound and taking it down the steep embankment. It's a good brake management exercise.
Yeah, I really wish we would connect that with Frankfurt at some point. That's a cool route. Oh, there's so many things I would like to do.
But sleeping must happen as well, Lucas.
What is sleep?
I don't know. We must give Neve. It's very nice. Nice looking area, that.
Neustadt.
Oh, starting to get signs of speed limits going up. I've noticed a couple of areas on the route where the cars are driving on the wrong side. Frankie as well. So we'll get those reported and in for the team to have a look at. Most of it seems right, but there's a couple I've noticed the wrong way around. As Lucas said earlier on, even Lucas has done this mistake apparently. So that I do not understand.
I don't understand myself. I looked at that and I was like, I'm the only one who placed cars on this route. Something's wrong.
I was gonna try to defend you, Lucas, and say that a lot of these routes are built by British people or UK people that do have left hand, but you walked into that on your own.
I'm starting to become.
Dear God, he's changing.
I'm interacting too much with English people.
Yeah, you want to limit that kind of craziness.
A nice little
Upon
signal
it.
box here also on the right. Those little ones, old ones. Past PZB hell again.
Zifa. Zifa.
Right, on 60.
Yay.
And this time we're
And now we
taking
also do
bypass.
the avoiding line.
Oh, yeah.
So we're not doing the...
Yeah, there's a mint green sat behind a fence over in the that station we passed earlier on.
Yeah, behind that fence where the mint green one is, there's like there's also like a heritage, but more like a heritage workshop, not actually something that's publicly accessible. And for example, the Mittenwald coming has the Austrian crocodile. One of the remaining German crocodiles is serviced there, for example, and is there a lot. And there are a few other exotics. I think there's also an E44 in the hall. I did visit that not so long ago. It's quite interesting. But yeah, sadly it's not publicly available as such, so you kind of need to ask if you can come.
Zifa. Zifa.
And also the Steam loco for the Kuckuck's Bandler, I think they also get service there, or at least fired up. There's a T5, I think. God, my knowledge of Steam locos is really bad. Apologize.
Zifa. Zifa.
Sure, I'm getting flamed now.
Zifa. Zifa.
Do we have any more questions, Jan, or did we go through all of them?
L628.
I think we went through all of them. Let me just go through my
Zifa.
nice list. Answer that, answer that. I mean, we can rehash some of the larger questions for anyone that joined late or missed it or anything. Just gonna repeat the TGV question that has been quite
Mhm.
prominent. The TGV will be part of this DLC, but it won't be drivable right away. That means you can spawn it in. You can go into it, but you can't drive it. You can't use it because it doesn't support the power system. Is that correct, Matt? Did I get it
It's
right?
wrong voltage.
So we're going to deliver that after the fact with a post-launch patch.
Just to be
We're
clear, you
also
still need
working.
to own LGV to get the TGV to appear on the route in the first place. But then
Yeah.
we're going to do an update to the LGV route, which will mean that you can then drive it on this route as well. It'll appear there as AI. It'll also appear at the moment as selectable, but it won't move.
We are on the avoiding line now, by the way. So
Yep.
last on the other side, we came here from the right, and now we're doing. If you look at the map quickly, I think we never did that. You can kind of see how that just passes by that station.
More importantly, bypasses that very sharp turn.
Yeah.
Would be interesting at 160 kilometers an hour.
Sifa.
Some other issues that we're aware of. The off-world PAS destinations may not be displayed correctly for some services, and some of the AI services have not yet been implemented for Mannheim, Neustadt, and Kaiserslautern. Those are issues that we are aware of, that we're either currently still working on a fix, on a solution, or a solution has already been found, but it just didn't make the cutoff line for release. So we're just waiting for the next patch to be built, and so it can be sent out.
Yeah, we're making sure that comes as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Because we're aware that some of these issues are bigger than we are used to.
Can we show the Stellwerk in Mannheim
Sifa.
Yes. Okay.
once we arrive there? And remember the standing stone as well.
Yeah.
Someone's asking what power supply the TGV needs.
That's 25 kV DC, I think, in France, and in Germany it's 15.
24? 15?
15.
Oh yeah, of course, 15.
Yeah. So it's a different voltage. That's also AC. Wait, no, France has. Yeah, it's a mix.
Yeah, so France has got the DC in the metropolitan areas, and they've got the
Yeah,
AC on
Yeah.
the overhead,
yeah,
on the LGV.
yeah. So 25k AC.
Sifa.
Someone's wondering when the Dutch route will be done. You'll have to keep an eye on the roadmap and on the news outlets.
progressing
We'll
well.
let you know.
We'll get you news when there's something to look at. But it is progressing really well, actually.
A few systems actually have been up. Somebody just asked if the multi-system on the ice works, and we have improved that a bit. We can maybe quickly show that when we're there. Or you can actually do that now in flight. If you go to the
Storm system, isn't it?
yeah, you need to lower the punter first.
I'm probably going to watch for this red light. If that's
Oh
all right.
yes. Sorry.
You can see you can see the brakes in action now.
Sifa. Sifa.
Yeah, Ludwigshafen is always a choke point. So if you're a little bit early,
SIFA.
you
SIFA.
gotta wait.
SIFA.
Yeah, we'll show you the IC3M multiple system in just a minute. The red light derailed the demonstration, unfortunately.
It's something we can't ignore, otherwise the service will end prematurely.
SIFA. 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 SIFA.
People asking about Thomas in the chat. That's not something we're going to be able to talk about today. You'll have to be patient and wait for the announcements on whenever it's ready.
Hence
Generally for anything,
Go on, sorry.
be it a... Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
That's a hint. This is how can a DB service be early when I'm driving it?
Mostly because he's not stopping, but yes.
The good thing is I wasn't intending to stop anyway. I didn't have to stop. So, you know, today my skills worked in my favour.
Perfect ice driver. DBIM. ICE. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't say ice. I get trouble. I used to get in so much trouble for saying that.
Dear passengers, I'm happy to let you know that we are arrived 10 minutes early. And, this is because we ignored every single stop so far. You are welcome.
So what would happen is if my
Excellent.
kids, if we were in a car and when we'd stop for a traffic light signal like this, then my kids would be like, "Are we there yet?" I would say, "Yeah, we're just looking for somewhere to park." And they're like, "Aren't we still on the M25, Dad?" Yeah, I know. It's amazing when you say that sort of thing. It's amazing how fast they stop asking, "Are we there yet?"
Oh,
Mild bit of panic there, just for a moment. Can't
yeah,
say.
just smile.
Trust the system. It's fine.
But that's what I kind of meant with this section of tracks between Ludwigshafen and Schifferstadt. It's a bit of a mess.
Zugbeeinflussung.
The reason for your delay just passed on your right. Get the rest of your food out and throw on my command.
SIFA.
It's
SIFA.
gonna be very messy because the ICE windows don't open.
Yeah, just realized.
Right, we appear to have a gap in the celebration, so pantograph down.
Mm-hmm. Now you can go down in the list. Well, not just click. No, you can just click in the bottom on the one you want.
Which one do I want?
Sifa.
I don't know, France.
No, that one.
Now you can press E, and that should on the I mean, it's not gonna. You're not gonna be able to drive now anymore. I think, because you're now in France. But we, yeah.
It's fine. We'll just
Oh
coast
yeah,
it
no power
Mannheim.
cars because it's down, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was the
you
value of
need to
that
go back into-
demonstration, Lucas? What did we actually do? Was it any use?
No, it was just showing that actually now works, and that. Okay, never mind.
Sifa. Sifa.
Great. Demonstration, folks, as it all now works because you can just break it. So can I now run this on the LGV?
That's a good question.
It is a good
I haven't
question.
tested
I should have
it.
an answer for that.
Give me a second.
Pantograph was down, train simulator driver, so all good. All good.
Matt. Lucas is now testing this live on stream. Is that what's happening?
Sifa.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Flug beeinflussen.
It's quite a spicy run into Mannheim, really.
Hmm?
It's quite a spicy run into Mannheim.
Oh.
But they're trying to
Clearly.
keep people out. Going too fast. Slow down. That's a really nice run actually, because you get the slow speed with the IC, then you get the high speed, and then you get some PZB craziness coming into Mannheim. That's really, really good. I enjoyed that. He says, forgetting it was got AFB right working and didn't have to actually manage the speed all this time.
Yeah, that works. You can now run the eyes on SUV if you
There
want.
you go. So multi-system does work, confirmed.
Yes.
Good, thank you, Lucas.
Do have to change the system, right? So I'll use the screen first.
Sifa. Sifa.
They told me it would work, but I wanted to test.
Yeah, no, it's good to test. It's good to test.
Gute Fahrgäste, in Kürze erreichen wir unsere Endstation Mannheim Hauptbahnhof. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung rechts. Ihre weiteren Anschlüsse entnehmen Sie bitte von den Anzeigen am Bahnsteig.
Your train driver will now leave the train. We're gonna have to wait here until he finds his magic stones.
Sifa. Sifa.
Thank you for traveling with Deutsche Bahn.
Almost to the second on time. Look at that.
Türen geöffnet.
2 seconds
Perfect.
late.
Right, okay.
Let's look at the Stellwerk
Never mind
and
you.
find the standing stones.
So it's down there. Just walk down the line. The signal box.
Oh, is that the
Down the left. Yeah, big concrete, big steel box.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
It's fine. You're an employee. You're a trained professional. You're allowed to do this.
Okay.
You're an Eisenbahnaufsichtsorgan.
Okay, go to the left.
Here.
Yeah, forward.
Trying to get me in trouble here, aren't you?
Always.
Nobody tell anyone. Alright, we're cool. Be cool.
And to the right. Walk down a bit. Come on, man. Walk faster.
I'm running. I'm only doing 15 miles an hour.
He's a train driver, he's not used to running.
Just not used to running.
Okay, go to the right on that little bit of... Yeah. Oh, that bit of green there. And stop. There's a stone.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's devious.
Yes. And if you look at the other side, there's like the marking. There's the Runic marking. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
They're probably worse than the goblins. Good job, team. I'm a
It's a lot.
fan.
It took me a while to find one.
Now you know what you're
Gameplay
looking
team.
for.
Gameplay team is evil. What the heck?
That's the environment team place those.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, the environment team.
And yes, they're pretty evil. Love it. Absolutely love
Good
it.
luck.
What does the stone do? It's a collectible, Jan. That's it. It's a box to tick if ticking boxes is a thing that you like to do. If you don't, you can quite easily ignore it. If you do, there's 25 of them, is that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Cool. Right, have we run out of things to do now?
That's everything we had on our to-do
'Cause
list.
if you don't stop me, I'm just going to keep streaming for the next 5 or 6 hours. You know that.
No,
Well, I'm not gonna stop you. I'll just leave. But
I can stay
Yeah.
here. I'm just gonna start working on the side.
Right, okay, let's switch back to our cheery faces.
let me sit up in my chair again. It was comfortable for a while.
What is
Yeah.
the mastery on this route, Cookies? Lucas, what was it? It was the museum, wasn't it?
It's the museum in Neustadt, yeah, that opens its doors and you can go inside and a little bit of detail.
Right, over to
Same.
you, Jan. Take us out.
I'm gonna take us out. This is gonna do it for us for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this preview for Pfälzische Ludwigsbahn. Again, to reiterate, it's going to release next week on January the 30th, so in just 7 days. It's going to be available for €35.99, €29.99 and $39.99. If you want to learn more about the route, make sure to check out the deep dive article we released yesterday. You can find that in the description down there. And yeah, I think that's everything. That's gonna do it for us for tonight. Thanks again to Matt for his impeccable driving skills.
Superb.
And for
Flawless driving skills.
absolutely flawless, and for Lucas's cutting wit and
And insights. And insights. I was going to go with insights, but okay, yeah, we could go the other way.
Sorry, the
Insights,
wrong in word.
Basically the same thing.
And yeah, I'll see you guys in the Discord and in the forums. I'll make sure to update the Q&A thread tomorrow before the weekend. And that's it. Say goodbye, Matt and Lucas.
Goodbye, Matt and Lucas.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.